Hi, welcome to the first installment of DeNami TV. Today I'll be making a polka dotted all occasion card. First off, you'll want to start off with a white cardstock. What I'm going to do first is fold this in half. And then using the VersaMagic chalk pad, the Sea Breeze, I'm going to take my polka dotted mini stamp and stamp a background. What I'll do is I'll clean it off in between, and then I'll take the same VersaMagic, but this time in the aloe vera, and stamp the second half of the folded card. What I'll do is I'll take another white cardstock panel and do about a 3/4 of an inch piece, and then I'll take the VersaFine Vintage Sepia pad. I'll stamp the polka dotted border on that little 3/4 inch panel, and then what I'll do is I'll take the pearlescent paper, and I'll allow about an 1/8 of an inch margin around both sides. This is where I just eyeball it. I make a little notch with my fingernail and then just use the paper trimmer to cut it off. And then once I do that, I'll take another pearlescent paper, this time in the jade. Once again, I'll notch it with my fingernail and trim it off. Now that I have the panels ready, what I'll do next is take my adhesive. I'm using a Scotch ATG gun. I really prefer that because it's easy to work with, and if I do make a mistake, I could actually rub off the excess or remove it just by rubbing it off. So what I'm doing here is placing it on the pearlescent paper and layering each one at a time, like so. What I'll do here is I'll put the final adhesive and just place it right in the center here. And then without measuring, I'll use my scissors and just trim off the excess. This makes for a quick and easy tip as far as cutting off without having to pre-measure anything. The next thing with the extra piece right here, I'll take the VersaFine Vintage Sepia again. I'll be using the double circle, stamping that first, and then I'll take the For You stamp and center it right inside there. And then with my markers, just color the daisy in the lighter blue. And then once again, I will take a darker shade of the blue and just outline half the petals. To bring out the green in the card, I'm tracing right around the double line. And if you notice, the For You is not directly centered to the double circle, but that's okay. What I did is I made sure that the daisy is actually centered to it. So what I'll do next is I'll take my scallop punch, and because I didn't stamp it right up to the edge, I'm going to trim off just a little bit. And notice there's a little window, so that allows me to center it like so. And what I'll do next is I'll take my foam tape and just cut off a little piece. What I do here is I actually tear it as I go. So that makes it, that's a bit of a time saver as well. I'll place that right there. And then if you want another variation, what you could do is you could take another daisy, stamp that, and using the 1-inch punch, you could center that like so, and then color that in with those markers. I'll darken it on one side then with the grain. And I'll use that mounting tape. So I can just leave it the way it is, or I can give it an added dimension by placing this right on top. What I'll do next is I'll take my Quickie glue pen. This is my favorite glue pen because what I can do is get a nice fine line that I can glitter. And I'm tracing around the double line as well. And then I just take my glitter. Here I'm using the lemon sorbet, just sprinkling it right on there. And then you could just use a glitter catcher, which is my folded cardstock right here. Tap off the excess and just pour it right back into the bottle here. And if you notice, there's a dot that's hidden right here. So what I'll do is I'll just do a little touch up and just add a dot there. For the ribbon, I'm just going to take a little bit of the sheer ribbon, and what I'm going to do here is just cut off a length long enough where I can tie a double knot. Notice I'm cutting it at an angle so that the edges have a more decorative look to it. So I just tie the double knot like so. That's where you have to use your finger just to hold it in place if you don't have someone else to hold it for you. And then take another piece, and what I'm going to do is just fold it so that I have two double loops. And I call this the perfect bow. Notice I'm just tying it right in there because there's actually no bow tying involved. You're just tying it, and then you've got a beautiful bow that's nice and full. And then you could just slide the bow to the position you want it to be in. So there you have it. Got a quick and easy polka dotted card.